So I'm hoping to be able to champion the southern part of India in terms of business and trade with Canada. So I look forward to that. I was also delighted to hear that the aerospace industry is opening up, in particular because I'm the chair of the Aerospace Caucus for Canada. In other words, right across the Parliament and both sides of that. And so Canada has a huge aerospace business. It is $27 billion a year, with $22 billion being exported every year. It's the fifth largest aerospace industry in the world. And so there's a great amount of opportunity to work with folks over here in terms of using products and services that we can actually use over there. The Government of Canada, and I'm with the Government of Canada, with Prime Minister Stephen Harper as my boss. And what our goal is jobs and long-term prosperity in Canada. And as has already been mentioned by Naval and others, Canada is a huge country with a very small population. And so the only way we can actually grow our economy is by trade with other countries. So we already have a number of trade agreements across the world, including the latest one, which is the one with the EU. So that's good. And hopefully we'll get everything sorted out with India, and we can actually be able to do trade with India from that point of view. One of the things that one of the questions that have been asked to me many, many times now since I was in Delhi earlier, in Chandigarh, I was down in Kerala, now here, is really, how do we get started? How do we get started in terms of doing trade and business between Canada and here? And what I would recommend is talking to Vikram Jain, our trade commissioner here in Hyderabad. And he's going to be able to get you connected with people in Canada, get you information about businesses in Canada, etc., so that when you do come over as a delegation, as we hope that you will, you're well prepared in terms of being able to ask the right questions, make the right decisions, and make sure that your businesses grow. It is two-way trade that we're looking at, and what's delightful to see here in Andhra, in Hyderabad, is the fact that we've turned dialogue into dollars, as I'd like to say, because in most of the places we've gone, there's been lots of dialogue and no conversion into something real, real tangible results. And so, I would encourage you to work towards making these results happen, and from that perspective, so I know I am sort of standing between us and lunch, so I'll keep it fairly brief. Be open-minded in terms of your trade options. I know you've got the favorite sectors, we're building up the IT sector, but education is a good part of the IT. In fact, in Toronto, we have Sheridan College, which works very closely in terms of making sure that all these animation programs, and we've had several Indian students that I know personally that have done that there and come back here and established themselves well in the animation trade. So there are opportunities in education, in tourism, and all these other sectors. So think out of box, and please try and connect and build businesses up. And businesses are built up with relationships. And so this sort of event is a great opportunity for you to network, make connections, and if you don't have the right connections, you can ask people like myself. In Chandigarh, the local university, I met with the chairman of the university, and he's coming over in February to try and connect between Canadian universities, and I will be able to help facilitate that. So there's many of us here who can facilitate that. And so go out there, get that business, grow your businesses, and make this trade work. Thank you very much.